Lucky number 8. 8 match points for you today, but get it done in straight sets. Take me through what was going through your mind through the first 7 match points.
Honestly, I feel like she was playing her best tennis on like every single match point. It was like off of lines and just crazy shots. So honestly, too good. I just kept thinking, surely if I get another one, like that'll be the one finally, right?
And you got it. You finally you got another one, and you got it done, Maddie.
Finally did it.
What's your process to stay so focused in those moments?
I think really just trying to go back to what was I doing to get those match points and what was I doing to get the lead, and really just try to go back to that. I think it's hard sometimes when you feel like you're so close and then you're not and then you are again. So just really being focused and trying to just go back to the process and 1 point by 1 point and kind of leave everything else in the past.
Yeah, go back to the basics and get it done. What are the nerves like coming into the first clay court event of the season for you?
I feel like it's always, nerves are always a little bit elevated. It's always a little bit tricky. It's such a quick surface change from Miami to here, and you know, there's always just kind of those first match jitters, no matter what. And no matter how many matches you've won all year, it never gets any easier somehow.
It's crazy how that works every single year. Same kind of situation. This is where you became a clay court specialist back in the day. Well, won the title in 2019. You come in here, obviously, as a Grand Slam champion now. But what are the vibes for you coming into Charleston this year?
I've always loved playing here. Have had some really great success here, and it kind of feels like a second home for me. I have always really loved playing in Charleston. I've played, I think, like 15 times at this point. So I always tell Bob that I'll be back next year before the year's even open. I'm like, I'll see you next year. So just really happy to be back, and there's some amazing fans here.
And now they can promote you not only as a former champion, but as one of their Grand Slam champions to be playing in the field, which is so cool. A lot has happened for you off the court, on the court, since your last trip to Charleston. Let's start in November here in Charleston. Why did you pick Charleston to get married?
Well, I'm from the Midwest, and Bjorn is from Pittsburgh, and with the tennis schedule being the way that it is, November is not amazing in either of those places. So I really wanted to be somewhere where it was nice and the weather was great, and a lot of our friends and family haven't been here, so we kind of wanted everyone to be able to make a trip out of it and have a really great weekend in Charleston, and also the food.
Best food ever.
Best food ever.
Best food ever, Maddie. What's the best thing you remember from that day, the wedding day?
I think my favorite thing was just after we got married and we were sitting and everyone's sitting waiting for dinner, and just you kind of look around and you see all of your friends and all of your family from every single part of your life in one place for the first time ever. And it's just a really cool moment to just see every single person that you care about and that you love just in one place, and knowing that you're going to be able to dance and have a great time with all of them.
Dance the night away.
Yeah.
That's such a special memory. Obviously, so you get married, you win the Grand Slam title this year in Australia. How many times are you still getting congratulated for that on like a daily basis?
A lot. I'm not complaining though. So if everyone wants to just keep it going, that's
you
totally
fine with me. You want to congratulate Maddie for winning the Australian Open? They love you here in Charleston. This has been such a special place. Shelby was saying on the broadcast, though, that Serena always said that people brought their best tennis against her because, you know, she was #1 in the world, the GOAT, all that stuff. Since you've become a major champion, do you feel that people are raising their game when they play against you now?
I definitely think so, and I think that's just the reality of it's always a lot of fun to be chasing someone. It's not as much fun to be the person that's being chased. So I think that's just the reality of winning a slam, and you know, as you climb the rankings, that's just how it kind of goes. But it means that you're doing something pretty good and that you're in a pretty good position. That
they're coming for you. So obviously you had such an incredible run earlier this year, wins after wins after wins. What did you learn over the last couple events?
Honestly, just that I really just have to stay and focus on the basics. I think sometimes you feel like you conquered a major goal, and now all of a sudden we got to do all these new things. Like there's all these things that we can do, and sometimes it's kind of nice to go back to, okay, what works to get there, and maybe let's simplify some things and let's just really focus on those.
So I talked to Lauren Davis on the desk earlier today, and she was inspired by your run to that title. I talked to a lot of players that have been really motivated by what you did. You're kind of the face of this generation that still believes at a certain age they can achieve their best tennis. What does that mean to you?
It's amazing. I've had so many people come up to me and tell me that it was amazing that I did it. Obviously, I did it right before I turned 30. So everyone who is, close to 30, 31, everyone's still playing some of their best tennis. I mean, honestly, even Jess last year making her first US Open final, everyone's playing their best tennis. And I feel like age is just a number. And as long as we're having fun out there and playing well, I think it's some of our best tennis. Age
is an energy, not a number, right? It's an energy. It's how you feel.
Absolutely. Well, sometimes I feel really old. But.
Maddie, so what kind of advice are you giving to folks that are now coming up to you and saying, all right, how'd you do this?
I don't know. I really don't. And I think it's one of those things where you can't say that it's just one thing and it wasn't just, oh, I had a great 3 weeks and that was it and there we go. It was really kind of, honestly, almost a full year of just one thing after another and slowly building on that and just being open to changes. And it was just, like I said, one thing after another and just building on that. And then all of a sudden it kind of all happens and it comes together. And then it's amazing. And then all of a sudden you go, wait, now I have to rebuild. now we have to kind of shift and do all of that again.
And it never stops.
It never stops.
Let's congratulate Maddie one more time for winning the Australian Open and being an awesome person in general. Congratulations on getting your tournament off to a winning start here tonight, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Always great to see you. Maddy Keys on to the next round here in Charleston.